feel like I'm part of a jigsaw puzzle and kind of trying to find the exact spot that I should sit.
Am I a project myself? Oh, definitely. Yeah, sometimes too much so.
Every problem out there doesn't need a technological solution. Technology doesn't solve everything.
And would you describe yourself as creative also?
Yeah. I wouldn't exactly say creative. I would say that I am good at, when I see something, I see it for what it can become.
This creative way of thinking, this is the only chance that I will get to get out of my comfort zone, and because this is like a safe space and this is like a non-judgment zone.
And now my studies, and specifically my final project, for me is really about combining sort of my creative intuitions.
In my program, we do a lot of teamwork, and the way we work in India is very different. And I was used to receiving and giving very explicit feedback, like this doesn't work. If I see something, I wouldn't say...
Oh, you would be very direct.
Yeah, very direct.
It feels nice to work with different people from different backgrounds of society, also from different cultures, and to get the knowledge not only from an Indian or an Asian perspective, but also to get the knowledge and the way of working from an European perspective.
But here, it's more like there is the sandwich method that they taught us in the first week, in the orientation week. They
What
said,
is the sandwich method?
So you say something nice, you give a compliment, and then you give the negative feedback. And then
It doesn't work. You tried well.
And then you add about the part that can be built on, or the improvement in that. So it's like a sandwich.
I always want to be the best.
I do. I won't lie. I want to be the best. But not at the cost of losing people around me. I don't want to give off the impression that I'm egocentric or that I am better than you, but more I am the best version of myself.
So I always have this outlook in life, like for example, if I have to do something from A to B, I always think of going to C, so that the B happens on the way. So like right now, since being an international, for me it's very important to get a job. I'm already looking for jobs in the market. So in that due course of time, the graduation will happen.
Ah, so you look forward, so the B, the graduation is...
It's the byproduct.
Was it a stressful journey?
I mean, if I would say like it's not stressful, I would be totally lying.
I do feel stressful, but lately, maybe a year or so ago, I had this realization that I'm thinking too much about this stress and I should just take my bike, go for a ride or go for a walk.
And yeah, so when I moved here, I started organizing jam sessions because I really needed them. For me, they're
Is it also you want to show it at home a bit? Like, hey,
Maybe.
I'm now here.
Yeah.
I'm doing very, very well.
Yes, yes. Your hard work has not gone to waste by sending me here.
Jam sessions for me are a perfect social situation.
If I am stressed, it means that I care about something, and it means that I am passionate about it. That is why it is stressing me out. And taking a step back for me has become easier because I've learned to see it as caring about myself, and many people might point it out as, oh, do you not care about this project, that you're stepping aside for one day or you're taking a break from it. I don't think so, because I care about it, but I also care about myself more.
I find it tiring to talk all evening. and a lot of social events are just having drinks and talking all evening. And I've been playing music for a long time, and for me that's a safe space. So
when I was working with Dutch students as my project mates, it was an eye-opener for me because I see that the time box, every task, there is an agenda to every to-do lists that you do. And that was awesome, I feel, because if you follow that, if you make an agenda to yourself, if you know that, yeah, I have done this much amount of quality work, now I need to stop to move to the next phase, I feel then there is no stress. Yeah, I mean, if you just follow, if you dedicatedly give yourself 8 hours a day with respective breaks in middle, and then you work, I mean, you don't cheat to yourself while you're working, then there is no stress. But it takes a time, it takes a while to realize that, because we come from different cultures.
Failure is not an option.
Failure is not an option.
Failure is not an option. No, it's always an option.
it feels like a failure when we don't do what we set out to do at the beginning of the day. And I think that's bullshit.
Then you live in this regret. And for me, regret is failure. But if I try, then I have the satisfaction that I tried and it didn't work because of many reasons and not because I didn't try hard enough or something.
Failure should be definitely experienced by everyone, because that teaches you a lot. Because today, if I'm sitting here, I have gone through so many rejections by different universities, different companies. Even in engineering, I have failed a lot of exams. I never scored very good in my 10th grade and my 12th grade that we have back in India. Yeah, I failed a lot, and I feel by failure you learn a lot. So failure is definitely an option.
What you will take back to Mumbai as a lesson for you as a person?
Sometimes design, you have to think out of the box, you have to be creative, you have to go crazy. That was one thing that I felt that I lacked in myself, which I developed.
I've been living by the philosophy, if you really love what you're doing and if you're motivated and if you twist especially in a master's, if you twist the problem set to something that you're interested in solving, then you naturally, the good grades will come.
So if I go back to how I used to be and see it maybe on social media, on my feed, or things I've written in a book in the past, or anywhere, and then I see that shift in personality. Just yesterday I was reading something that I wrote about 4 or 5 years ago, and I look back and say, okay, this is not me.